Hi, friends. Ooh, it's good to be back. It has been a minute. Life has been crazy. I haven't filmed and it feels like a week. I don't know. But unfortunately, man, I have been sick. I tested positive for COVID and it's just been ugh. So I work in the restaurant industry where it's really hard to steer clear of exposure. And I also have a 14-year-old that goes to public school. And I live in Michigan where the cases are still relatively high. So it's just bound to happen. I am fully vaccinated and I even have a booster shot. So hopefully it won't be too bad. But the last 2 days I have been laid out, you guys. The fatigue is just unreal. I literally forced myself. I'm like, you are going to get in the shower and go film something. You're going to make yourself feel better. And I'm really glad that I did. So in today's video, first of all, I am so sorry. If you're new, I'm so glad you're here. My name is Jeannie. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support. So today's video, you guys, a ton of us are going to be getting the iconic London Sunset to Sunrise eyeshadow palette for Ipsy Glam Bag X. If you're not familiar with Ipsy, it's a monthly subscription bag / box with beauty products, and they have a quarterly upgraded version called Ipsy X, and that is what is going on this month. This is going to be a curated, meaning they pick a couple products for you and then you get to pick a couple products for yourself. I'm pretty sure that most of us are going to be getting this palette. It was a curated pick for me. Of course, I already have the palette. That is what it looks like. So when mine comes in my Ipsy Glam Bag X, one of you will have a chance to win it, of course. We'll do a giveaway here on the channel, so make sure you keep your eye out for my Ipsy Glam Bag X unboxing. It'll be happening just as soon as it arrives. And then a lot of us will also be getting, because this is another product that a lot of us will be getting in the Glam Bag X, is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. Again, it was picked for me, and again, I have it, but that's okay. So since a lot of us are going to be getting these products, I thought we would try them out. We're going to create a look. We're going to create this look with it. And you guys, I had actually got this palette off of a BoxyCharm sale some time ago. I used it one time in a look in combination with another eyeshadow palette, and I didn't like the look, and then I never reached for it again. So I'm actually really glad that I reached for it tonight and I decided let's pull it out and try a look since a ton of people are going to be getting it. I actually really like the way that it performed. The formula was really nice, really pigmented. It blended easily. It layered on top of each other nicely. I just really, really enjoyed it tonight, and we're going to create this look together with it. But before we do, in case you're new here on the channel, I have a couple giveaways going on right now. Both of them will be closing and ending relatively soon. So check the description box below if you're new. There will be 2 giveaway links down there. Click on the link, check out those videos, check out all of the goodies that are up for grabs. Make sure that you comment on the giveaway videos, because that's how the winners are chosen, through a comment picker. And then just keep your eye out on my community tab for your name, and then we'll go from there. So now we're going to get into the look in just a moment, but I want to take a quick second to share something with you guys. This won't take long, but I want you guys to keep your eye out for this video. I got a package sent in PR. It is from a company called Your Skincare, and I'm not going to take a lot of time on this. I'm going to do a dedicated review on this very, very soon, but I want you guys to keep your eye out for this video. It is going to be a giveaway video because the company has been kind enough to not only send me the package in PR, but they're also going to host a giveaway here on the channel where one or more of you will get to try this. This is pricey, you guys, and I will also have a code for anybody that wants to try it that doesn't win the giveaway. But it's basically like the Il Makiage of skincare. So you go online, you take a skincare quiz, you answer a series of questions regarding your skin, and then you also tell them about any other skincare issues that you may have, your skincare concerns, that kind of thing. And then they come back with a tailored skincare routine just for you. You get a 3-month supply. And it is the cutest thing, you guys. The packaging is absolutely adorable. You get a card with like a day and nighttime routine. And like I said, I'm not going to go into depth with it, but you guys, you get a cleanser, you get a night cream, you get a regular serum and a hydrating serum. You get your day cream, you get a face mask, and you get the cutest little skincare headband to keep your hair back when you're doing your skincare. Like I said, this brand is a little bit on the pricier side. I have not tried it yet. I am dying to get into it, and I'm going to start it tonight. And then I can't really fully review a skincare line without at least trying it for a couple weeks. So in a couple weeks, I will be doing a full review on this. And you guys, I'm telling you, keep your eye out for that video, because like I said, the company is hosting a giveaway with my review video, and I am so excited that, because this is a pricey thing, you guys. So I am so excited that they were willing to do that here on the channel. And that is it. Without further ado, let's jump into trying out this palette and creating this look. Hey babes, with the intro out of the way, let's just jump right into the palette. So again, this is what it looks like. It is the iconic London Sunset to Sunrise palette. And it is pretty, but again, you know, like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to speak on it, and we're just going to use it because I really can't remember what exactly it was that, you know, made me not want to gravitate towards it, other than it being a large palette and a pain in the butt to pull out from where it's stored. So we'll just, I'm just trying to find some brushes that I might need and get them out here. Now, I do have some base makeup going, including, I did prime my eyes. Today, I went in with this Stila Cosmetics, what is the name of this one? Perfect and Project Eyeshadow Primer. No particular reason why I use this today, other than I'm really trying to get in the habit of rotating my products and get some of these things that have been sitting in my, you know, drawers, get them used up and out of the way and make room for the 2022 products. So, okay. I really have no idea where we're going to go with this. By the way, if you see this big old thing on my arm, that was me. So I work with this girl. Her name is Morgan, and I just love her. She is so cute, and she's got shorter hair like me, and she wears it freaking adorable. She does these like loose beach waves, and I thought, I'm going to do that for my sister's baby shower. How did it work out, you ask? Well, it didn't. I burnt the shit out of myself and it didn't work. So I think that there's just like a learning curve or something with that style, and I'm going to keep practicing because it's so cute, and I think it would look really good on my hairstyle, but I need practice. So I'm good at makeup, hair, we need some work. So I think what I'm going to do first is pop in with this color called Tan Lines right here in the corner. And I'm going to use this with like a fluffy blending brush. I think this is a Morphe brush. This is a Morphe M513. I'm just going to pick some of that color up and begin to warm up my crease area And I know I've said this in some of my earlier videos when I would do my makeup, but I don't think I've mentioned it in a while. So I'll mention it. When I do this, because of the shape of my eyes, because I have hooded eyes, so when I go in with my transition shade, I bring it into my crease, but I focus the majority of it actually above my crease and kind of like creating the illusion of a new crease. It helps open the eye, you know, not really, but it helps the illusion of, you know, a more open eye. And it's kind of a hooded eye trick. So, yeah, I focus most of it kind of above my natural crease and just blend it out. And that shade went on really nice, so that's a good start. That's actually really pretty. That's a pretty peachy shade. So we're off to a good start. I think what I want to do, let me just swatch this color. There's this color here called Ibiza Nights. And it's kind of like this pink shade right here. It looks like it's got a little bit of shift to it. I want to swatch it and see. Okay, so that is what it looks like on the finger. And that's what it swatches really nice, actually. Wow, look at that. But I don't know if that's where I want to go with this. Okay, so I'm glad I swatched it before I went right in. Maybe I will use a bit of that still. I just don't know. Okay, let's work on building up the outer edge because I'm not quite sure where I want to go in terms of the shimmer yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up, I think I'm going to pick up Tequila Sunrise. And I'm using this time I want to say this is a Luxie brush. It is. And this time I'm going to focus this color a little bit more in my actual crease and not bring it up quite as high. We'll see how the colors layer on top of one another. And just kind of build the crease up a little bit more. The names on this palette are really cute, actually. The shadow names. So it's actually building really nice. I wonder if this is a really nice palette. This whole time I've been just sitting on it because I'm too lazy to pull out a big palette. I do gravitate more towards, you know, handheld palettes and palettes that are maybe like that big just because of the convenience of it. But, and then some of the other larger palettes that I have, I truly have never been able to pull a good look out of, like my Norvina palettes. I don't know what it is, but every time I try to create a look with one of those palettes, it's a disaster. I don't know why, but it is. Okay, there's a bit of kick up with that color, but it actually came out really pretty. I'm going to further build up that outer edge, and I hope I'm not going to regret this, but I'm going to go for it. We're going to go in with this shade right here called All Nighter. It's like a deep purple brownish toned color. And I'm actually just going to use the same brush that I used for the Tequila Sunrise shade. And this time I'm going to keep it kind of on that outer V and then just focus the pigment there and then blend it out once the pigment is placed. The reason I said hopefully I won't regret this is because using a color like that, especially when I've used colors with reddish tones in them, can go from cute to looking like you have a black eye real quick. So you got to be careful with the mixture of tones like that. And I have been there more times than once. And, you know, had to wipe everything off and start all over because it turned into, you know, looking like I got into a bar fight. But hopefully that won't happen today. I will say that these colors are actually layering on top of one another very nicely. I have no complaints there at all. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up that Morphe brush, and I'm not even putting any additional product, but this is the brush that I used for that very first crease color, and just go over where that darkest color is meeting them and kind of just blend it a bit. I want it to be a seamless blend here, and it's looking a little choppy. Okay. Going back into all-nighter. We're going for it. Just a little bit. And remember, guys, with these darker colors, it's always better to take your time building and blending than try and get it as dark as you want it to be in the first go-round. Makes it very hard to blend out, and, you know, it can ruin your look. I've been there. I've done that. I still do it sometimes, but the best way to work with these darker colors is to take your time and build and blend. You can blend it out and then add more, and you might have to do that, you know, several times until you're satisfied with how it looks, but it's always better. It's always the better route, I promise. So I'm actually liking the way that this is going. Of course, you know, I will be cleaning up the edge of this when I do my concealer, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. But let's jump into some shimmers. So with the tones that I have going right now, I do think that I want to use a little bit of that color that I swatched. It was really pretty. It's called Ibiza Nights. I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced, but I'm going to pick a little bit up with my finger. It's swatched beautifully and it feels really buttery. I'm going to focus this on the outer part of my lid, not all the way to the very edge, but just kind of like this, I would say, outer third of my lid. Like if I was breaking it up in fourths, it would be the third. And I'm just going to pat that on there. It's actually pretty. Okay. Next, let me swatch. Okay, I'm going to swatch this color called Havana. Wait, is it? Yeah, Havana. And it's this golden color right here. Ooh, it feels really buttery. Wow, these are really pigmented. Holy smokes. Okay, I'm going to take this and pat it onto the center of the lid. I'm blending it right in to that first shimmer. Wow. You know, like I have said, I can't remember using the palette when I got it, but I know 100% that I'm liking it a lot more this time than I did the first time. I'm grabbing a brush with absolutely no product on it, and I'm just running it along the line of that shimmer where I want the shimmer to end. Because sometimes when you're placing it with your finger, you can get it a little bit higher than you want it. And you can just take a brush with no product and buff it right out. Okay. Next, for the inner corner, I'm going to use I'm going to use this color called Seashells right here. And I'm going to try and pick it up with my pinky. I've got nails on right now, which does make it really hard to especially get on the inner corner. And kind of, I'm really used to using my fingers a lot in my makeup. My fingers are my greatest tool a lot of times. But when you have nails on, it does make it a little more difficult. So this is like a really pretty silvery color that, again, has a lot of pigment. And I'm just kind of popping that on the inner corner and working it right into the gold. I'll also take a bit of that same color and pop it under the brow bone. Again, just using my pinky for it. I get the best control that way. And then I probably will also, I'm just going to take like a little brush here, a little packer brush, pick a little bit of that color up and just really work it on. I have like deep set inner corners, so bringing my shimmer in there really helps to like open my eye and really accentuate the whole look. Because like the corner of my eye goes in really deep, like I have deep set eyes. So that's another little trick if you have eyes that are shaped like that, where they're deep set. And then, of course, I will be going in with shadow on the lower lash line, but first I'll want to do my mascara. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. I think that I would take, you know, take my Morphe brush and kind of just blend a little bit more here, just to make sure that we have a seamless blend. But I actually really like the way that this look turned out. Let me catch the other eye up and we'll check the finished look out here together. Okay, babes, so the shadow is done on this eye. I did turn my lighting down just a little bit because I felt like it was drowning the colors out and I really wanted you to be able to see, but the eyes are not done. I don't have them finished, just the shadow. I was going to go ahead and do my concealer and then finish it off. And I realized that, you know, we're going to do the concealer together that, you know, a lot of us are getting. And it's so funny because, like I said, this was one of the choices that Ipsy chose for me. And so was the Tarte Creaseless concealer. And both of them I already have. I will be honest and say this is not one of my favorite concealers. It leaves like a glow, which as a dry skinned girl, I love anything that leaves me a glow, but not a concealer. You know what I mean? I don't want a glow underneath my eyes. Not like, it just leaves like a wet look to it, but you can lightly set it and it does take care of that. But the other thing that I don't really love about it is I don't feel like it's like a true full coverage. It's kind of like a see-through coverage a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and use it for the sake of the video. It's not horrible. It's just not my favorite. I have ones that I reach for, you know, before this, but I do reach for it occasionally. Mine is in the shade Light Sand. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to the inner corner and just a touch out that way like I would with any concealer, and then we'll blend it out. This is like a sticky-ish formula. I'm just going to use the blender that I already have wet that I used for my foundation today. This is a Hailey's Beauty sponge. I have heard so many of my favorite YouTubers talk about Hailey's Beauty sponges, so I had to go and get some. I do like them. And then I'm going to take what I brought over on the side and kind of pull it up and use it to clean up, kind of like crisp out the edge of my shadow as well. And then I'm going to show you up close what this concealer looks like when it's blended out. Like, it is nice. It brightens the under eye area. But let me show you up close. Do you see how it leaves a luminosity under the eyes? I just don't, like, I like a lot of luminosity on my face, but I don't want it to be under my eyes. That's not where I want it. I want it to be in different areas. So that's why this is not my favorite concealer. But again, it's a decent concealer. It's nice. It does last well throughout the day without settling in if you have fine lines. But for me, I don't always set concealers. It just depends on which concealer I'm using because I'm so dry skinned. Sometimes I don't set. But this is one that when I use it, I definitely do use a little bit of setting powder with. And I like to just kind of bring it along the sides of my nose where I get a little bit of redness as well whenever I'm doing my concealer. And then just kind of bring it up my forehead a little bit too, where I like it to be kind of brightened. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad concealer. Did I really want a whole nother bottle of it? Not really. I wish that they would have picked something different outside of that for me, but it's not bad. The reason that I'm saying that, guys, is because what did I do with it? Oh, because I literally have a full one. I literally just got this maybe like a month ago off of Macari. So I have a brand new one. And that's the reason why I'm bummed out that it's one of my products. Honestly, if I didn't have it, I would have been really excited to try it because it's Tarte. You know, why not? But so that is the concealer. And now I'm going to jump off, finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back with final thoughts on everything. Okay, so here we are with the final look. To finish things off, I did set my concealer, and I want to quickly mention, if you're like me and you struggle with setting powders, making you look crepey and just making things look worse than they did to start, so then you feel like, what's the point? I highly recommend trying out the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydro Setting Powder. I tried this not too long ago. I had it in my collection unopened for quite a while, and in fact, I think it came out of an Ipsy Glam Bag X, ironically. But I finally tried it, and I actually really love it. And another thing is, you know, you don't need a ton of it. Go in with the slightest amount. And if you do have that problem, I highly suggest, I'm sure you can find them on Macari for, you know, cheap. Definitely check this setting powder out. I have a few that I rotate and that do work for me. But that has been my recent favorite. And then I went in with this Thrive Cosmetics lip liner and an Il Makiage lipstick that I already put back, and that was pretty much it. I did pop on just a touch more blush. After doing the concealer, I really like to kind of blend my blush just a little upwards into the concealer area. When I went to Natasha Denona Cupid Cheek Duo, and to be honest, you guys, I'm really happy that this palette is coming, and it made me pull it out and use it again. And I actually really, really like the look that I came up with this time. And now that I think about it, remembering back, I think what happened was I used part of a different palette for the look, and then I used one or two colors out of this palette, and then I didn't like the way that it came out, and then I never reached for it again. But I'm so glad that I did. I actually really, really like the look. Here's a close-up look, and it actually really reminds me of the name of the palette, Sunset to Sunrise. Like, I feel like that is like a sunset, sunrise eyeshadow look. Somehow it is. And I'm happy with it. So I will definitely make a point to keep this in a different area than it's normally stored so that I'll reach for it more, because I was actually really, really happy with it. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'm so glad you took the time to hang out with me today. I love you so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.